We therefore continue to build systems of excellence in the health sector that will see our population having access to quality and affordable health care at all levels.
Yes, the government of Jamaica is committed to this cause as we aim to achieve our Vision 2030 national outcome of having a healthy and stable population. Welcome to this edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson and I'll be exploring the pages with you. Coming up, government partners with the World Health Organization and other international bodies to achieve universal health coverage. Also, are you suffering from the chikungunya virus? Stay with us as we explore the illness and offer treatment options. Plus, what's the latest update regarding the country's readiness to tackle the dreaded Ebola virus? We give you a quick insight into a one-hour special that will be airing tomorrow. The full package unfolds right now.
Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith and this is your GIS News for Tuesday, October 28. Jamaica is now receiving technical support from Cuba as government kicks its Ebola management and response mechanism into higher gear. At a press conference Tuesday, Health Minister Dr. Fenton Ferguson disclosed that in partnership with Cuba, government would be undertaking several initiatives in its Ebola response. Dr. Ferguson said Cuba, which has been assisting the Ebola response in West Africa, would be sending 2 experts to Jamaica next week to train healthcare and other frontline workers in Ebola preparedness.
Cuba has agreed to deploy doctors and nurses to assist in the response in the event that Jamaica experiences an outbreak of Ebola.
In addition, Cuba will train all its healthcare workers who are currently working in the local public sector, as well as the 30 Cuban healthcare workers slated to arrive in the island in November. Cuba will also share daily updates on its Ebola response in West Africa to inform local decision-making processes. In the meantime, Minister Ferguson is calling for more private sector support as government seeks to enhance its Ebola surveillance at all ports of entry.
We are still appealing to corporate Jamaica to assist with an additional unit for the Norman Manley International Airport.
Last week, Sagicor donated money to buy a thermal sensing unit for the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay. Money for another unit to be placed at the Falmouth cruise ship complex was donated on Monday by Supreme Ventures Limited.
We hope that this goes a long way to assisting the government of Jamaica in its Ebola preparation.
The Supreme Ventures donation will also cover the cost of 25 handheld fever screeners and 10 Ebola kits. Overall, government now has a total of 41 handheld thermal sensors.
I want to thank everyone who has assisted the response in some way. This has truly been a demonstration of great things we can achieve through teamwork and unity of purpose.
And the Health Minister also announced plans for a sensitization program at unofficial ports of entry, in particular fishing villages. In financial news, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, is urging Jamaica to continue with the fiscal and structural reforms to help move the country forward. Deputy Managing Director of the IMF, Min Zhu, says over time, Jamaica will continue to reap results.
We should move forward and continue the program and continue to put the focus on the job and the growth. We both are confident with the current attractions we'll be able to move the whole economy in a more sustainable growth and debt sustainability path as well.
Mr. Min, who was addressing the Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce recently, said Jamaica's macroeconomic foundation was stronger as a result of government's economic reform program. More than 4,000 tablet computers have been distributed on the government's $1.4 billion Tablets in Schools pilot project. The distribution, which began in September, has so far covered 13 of the 38 schools earmarked for the project. The latest school to get tablets is Cumberland High in St. Catherine. State Minister for Local Government and Community Development Colin Fagan encouraged students there to use the tablets to advance their education and the academic rating of the school.
I want this group to make the results of the next CXC the best it has ever been. I think that you can make it happen. I think that you can make the change, and you're going to make the change with the tablet.
In addition to the distribution of tablets, the project also involves delivery of computers and multimedia devices. These include interactive whiteboards or projectors, scanners and printers, as well as the provision of Wi-Fi at all institutions. And finally, Minister responsible for information, Senator Sandria Faulkner, is encouraging food and beverage and advertising stakeholders to include appropriate warning messages in their advertisements to better empower consumers.
Every consideration must be given to ensure that all advertisers of alcoholic beverages and other such products include socially responsible and cautionary messages as part of such advertisements.
Minister Faulkner was speaking recently at the Advertising Agencies Association of Jamaica's annual Media Awards luncheon. The Senator also used the function to give an update on government's initiative to reform regulations for the advertising of alcoholic beverages, health products, energy drinks and foods containing high fat, salt and sugar. The minister said the Broadcasting Commission had been having consultations which had generated widespread debate and participation on the matter. She said she expects to receive a report for presentation to Cabinet shortly. And that's it for GIS News Today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.
There is no vaccine for the chikungunya virus. If you've been infected, take paracetamol such as Panadol, Cetamol, and Tylenol to reduce pain and fever. Sleep under mosquito netting and get plenty of rest. Take showers or sponge baths in room temperature water to lower fever, especially in children, and drink lots of fluids to prevent dehydration. If your symptoms worsen, go and see a doctor. Do not take aspirin as this could cause bleeding, and never use rubbing alcohol. To learn more, call 1-888-1-LOVE. That's 1-888-663-5683.
Imagine a Jamaica where everyone in urban and rural communities have full quality access to essential health services at the most affordable cost. That Jamaica is almost here and will be fully realized when we achieve universal health coverage.
In developing countries such as Jamaica, ill health is one of the most frequent causes of poverty. In turn, poverty is one of the greatest health risks. The importance of social health protection has therefore driven several international resolutions and campaigns for many decades. And now the world is moving towards universal health coverage, UHC.
Jamaica subscribed to the WHO definition, which states that universal health coverage implies, and I quote, that all people have access without discrimination to nationally determined sets of promotive, preventative, curative, and rehabilitative basic health services needs, and essential, safe, affordable, effective, and quality medicines, while ensuring that the use of these services does not expose the users to financial hardship, with a special emphasis on the poor, the vulnerable, and the marginalized segments of the population. End of quote.
Jamaica is taking steps towards this. But along the way, we have had challenges with the high cost of healthcare, which all around has affected things such as the level of resources in our hospitals and clinics, and also human development concerns from our doctors and nurses. And with guided support from the international community, we are pursuing key strategies to make universal health coverage a reality for Jamaicans.
As part of the process, PAHO has developed a draft strategy for universal health coverage, coordinated by the Department of Health Systems and Services, with the participation of advisors and country focal points in ministries of health in the area of health systems. The findings, considerations, and ideas of the countries will be discussed and integrated into the final version by a working group that in fact includes Jamaica.
So where is Jamaica at on this path to universal health coverage? According to the Human Development Index, In 2006, Jamaica ranked above the average life expectancy of developing countries, and as of 2014, our life expectancy is 75 years for females and 71.5 years for males. A number of tangible investments have contributed to these gains.
The upgrading of the aging infrastructure at primary and secondary care. More than 100 health centers have been refurbished under the primary care infrastructure renewal program. And since 2012, 1.5 billion has been spent for equipment acquisition and upgrading of hospitals.
Government is also improving the system to service existing equipment. Pharmacy services have also been improved, more so since the National Health Fund took over management of the public facilities, reducing waiting times by more than 75%. There has also been the introduction of the GOJ Health Card, which is improving efficiency in delivery service, the collection of health insurance from private insurance providers, and the dispensing of pharmaceuticals. Added to these is a coordinated program to upgrade primary health infrastructure and services.
The completion of phase 1 of all 4 centers of excellence, Claremont in St. Anne, Isaac Barrett in St. Thomas, Darliston in Westmoreland, Santa Cruz in St. Elizabeth, all have been officially open, and Jamaicans are enjoying the upgraded and improved services.
Other plans are unfolding, including increased public-private sector partnerships, intersectoral collaboration among the various government ministries, legislation and regulation to guarantee the right to health, equity and solidarity, and the development of a robust regulatory framework, public education, and increased public expenditure on health. Jamaica, now on the path to achieving universal health coverage.
The main health objective of Vision 2030, our National Development Plan, is for a healthy and stable population.
The transformation of the health sector that is taking place right now is in line with our UHC goals. I want to make it clear that this process will not be completed overnight. It is a journey, not a destination. We therefore continue to build systems of excellence in the health sector that will see our population having access to quality and affordable health care at all levels.
Did you know regular physical activity controls your weight, reduces your risk of cardiovascular diseases, reduces your risk for type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome, reduces your risk of some cancers, strengthens your bones and muscles, and increases your chance of living longer? Get active, get fit, stay healthy.
Yes, chikungunya is probably the most popular word in Jamaica these days, even captured in our music. But the virus is a serious issue and the government continues to take decisive steps to address it. Get some more facts on CHIKV now.
According to the World Health Organization, chikungunya is a viral disease which is transmitted to humans by infected Aedes aegypti mosquitoes.
After being bitten, it takes between 1 and 12 days for most symptoms to appear, with most people experiencing symptoms in 3 to 7 days.
The main ones include high fever and severe joint pain, usually in the lower back, ankles, knees, or wrists. Infected persons may also experience joint swelling, rash, headache, muscle pain, nausea, and fatigue.
The use of paracetamol is recommended by the Ministry of Health to ease some of the symptoms. However, it warns that persons with chikungunya should not take aspirin.
Although chikungunya does not often result in death, joint pains and stiffness can last for months and even years. It may become a source of chronic pain and disability, resulting in the individual being unable to attend school or work. It is advised that anyone experiencing symptoms of chikungunya should visit their doctor or the nearest health center immediately. The first outbreak of chikungunya was in southern Tanzania in 1952. Then, in 2013, the French part of St. Martin reported the first confirmed case in the Caribbean and Latin American region. Since then, it has spread to approximately 28 countries and territories in the region, with more than 5,000 cases confirmed by mid-July 2014. Chikungunya has also been identified in nearly 40 countries in Asia, Africa, Europe, and the Americas. There is no specific treatment for the chikungunya virus, nor is there a vaccine, so treatment is directed primarily at relieving the symptoms. During this period, infected persons should ensure that they get plenty of rest, drink enough fluid to prevent dehydration, and take the medication prescribed by their doctors. Mosquitoes that bite infected persons will become infected and are likely to spread the virus when they bite other persons, so it's important that we take measures to protect ourselves from being bitten. We can start by identifying and reducing possible mosquito breeding sites.
Ensure that once a week we inspect our homes, schools, business places, churches. This mosquito is a day-biting mosquito, and it lives in and around where people live and congregate. Therefore, we want to ensure that the water that is settling is removed. The message of scrubbing the flower vases carefully, the PET containers with water, ensuring that old tiles are emptied, tins are punched with holes before they are discarded, are still applicable for control of the chikungunya virus spread.
Other measures include covering the body as much as possible by wearing long-sleeved clothing and using insect repellent containing DEET. As for those traveling to countries with confirmed cases of chikungunya,
the main advice is to prevent mosquito bites. We also say, look at how you are clothed. Try and protect your exposed skin. So it's the wearing of light-colored clothes, wearing long sleeves, pants if necessary, socks. Also, because the mosquito is still there, it is to ensure that persons should sleep under a mosquito net.
The Ministry of Health has been putting measures in place for more than 2 years in anticipation of the chikungunya virus reaching our shores. In fact, it was the ministry's heightened surveillance system that detected Jamaica's first imported confirmed case in mid-July.
It is something that is more favorable for any country when the first case that you recognize is imported, because then you can take the containment measures, meaning that you are ensuring that you limit their contact with any mosquitoes by caring for them under a net, limiting their movement, and doing the vector control. We're also ensuring that at our points of entry, when visitors return to the island from any of the countries where transmission is occurring, that we alert them to the fact that if they display any signs and symptoms, they should check with their doctors or any of our health facilities.
Know your numbers and control the keys to a healthier heart. Know the numbers for your blood pressure, cholesterol level, blood glucose level, and your weight and body mass index. Find out the risks they represent and what you need to do to stay healthy. Talk to your doctor and start making healthy lifestyle choices to prevent a heart attack or stroke.
Most of us have probably been keeping track of international and local stories about the spread of Ebola in West Africa and mostly imported cases in a few other countries. There have been no cases in Jamaica, but the government is on top of the issue and will air a 1-hour special on it tomorrow. Get an insight into this critical discussion now.
We note that Cuba was able to send initially 165 healthcare workers, including personal protective equipment, to West Africa to help with taking care of persons with Ebola. And we have seen where Cuba recently announced that they will be sending an additional 300 healthcare workers to these West African countries. So we're going to look at what Cuba is doing, what training protocol they're using, what are the types of personal protective equipment, and in fact look at their isolation facilities. We also have a number of Cuban doctors and nurses who work in Jamaica, and we want to ensure that those persons are trained by the Cubans in how to take care of Ebola patients in case Jamaica had to do an intervention with such a patient. We are also looking to have Cuba train some of our healthcare professionals.
To see the full discussion and the active measures being carried out, tune in tomorrow evening. Check your local listing for more information.
The Ebola virus is transmitted through direct contact with an infected person's blood or other bodily fluids like saliva, urine, stool, and semen. Symptoms of Ebola include sudden fever, intense weakness, muscle pain, headache, and sore throat. This may be followed by vomiting, diarrhea, and rash, and in some cases both internal and external bleeding, leading to death. Protect yourself. Avoid travel to Ebola-affected countries. Avoid contact with infected persons. Don't touch the body of someone who has died from Ebola. Wash hands frequently with soap and water and use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. To know more, call 1-888-663-5683.
Wet hands with water. Apply enough soap to cover all hand surfaces. Rub hands palm to palm. Right palm over left dorsum with interlaced fingers and vice versa. Palm to palm with fingers interlaced. Backs of fingers to opposing palms with fingers interlocked. Rotational rubbing of left thumb clasped in right palm and vice versa. Rotational rubbing backwards and forwards with clasped fingers of right hand in left palm and vice versa. Rinse hands with water. Dry hands thoroughly with a single-use towel. Use towel to turn off faucet. Your hands are now safe.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month is almost over, but the fight still continues. We close off our weekly Tuesday series with another inspiring story of triumph and survival.
You're a survivor, preserved for God's plan, and overcomer.
I think it was about 1974 or 75, so long ago now, I can't remember the date, when a lump was discovered in my right breast. Yes, men have breasts, although they're not developed. I went to the doctor and he prescribed surgery and I had my breast removed. It's not nearly as traumatic a process as it is, I understand, and would expect for a woman. And thank God since then, there's been no relapse or any sequelae. Men and women can help each other, particularly if they're in love, because they are quick to notice lumps, protrusions of one sort or another. And so there's nothing to be ashamed and there's nothing to be frightened. The real distress comes if you ignore the practice of observation, and if you observe that something is unusual. We are fortunate in Jamaica that there's ready medical attention for everyone. So I encourage everyone to be conscious of their bodies, not obsessed by them, conscious of them, and to always opt for good health and precautionary testing.
Hey you. Me? Yes you. Are you between the ages of 9 to 12, attending a primary or a prep school? Do you want to go on a treasure hunt? No. You don't need to go that far. Our island home has a lot of hidden treasures, and this is your opportunity to explore.
The Jamaica Information Service Heritage Essay Competition is here again for its 4th staging. Your challenge is to type a 400 to 500 word essay on which national heritage site is most significant and why.
So gear up, boot up that computer, and start trekking.
You need to download the application form online at jis.gov.jm. For more information on what you need to complete your exploration, call 926-359-024, extension 2137 or 2133. Your journey should be completed by Friday, October 31. The typed essay should be submitted online via the entry form on the JIS website at jis.gov.jm.
A precious gift of life, I believe, is the gift of good health. As our government works hard to ensure every citizen obtains this gift, we need you to also play your part in creating a healthy and wealthy nation. Share your feedback with us by emailing jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm. Please also check out our website, jis.gov.jm, for all the information you need. And you can connect with us by Facebook and Twitter. On behalf of the hardworking production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson, wishing you good health.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.